guys, back with another video. Today I'm going to go over my Xman belt block logo Big Eagle. Now before I do that, I'm going to go through a little quick story on how I actually ended up getting this belt. It's a really long story, and if you want to know the whole story, you can feel free to message me if you know me on Facebook or on Instagram. But long story short, I did a trade with Chris Stratton. The trade was a leather strap for a network logo belt, my black leather strap by Man in the Fog leather, for a Big Eagle that he had in stock. So we were supposed to do that trade. I'm not sure who the maker was. It wasn't Xman. It was just some other maker. It was a decent belt. Didn't look as good as this, to be honest, but I'll get to that. It wasn't this actual belt. It was another belt. Same belt, though. Big Eagle block logo with the blue strap. He offered as a trade, and I was like, yeah, for sure. I always liked this belt anyway, so yeah, I accepted the trade. Basically, I shipped out the strap. He got it. He shipped out the belt. I didn't end up getting it. We contacted UPS to see what was going on because it was taking really long, and it said it was held by customs. After like 2 months of trying to contact UPS, customs, the border, a lot of stuff, it was a pain in the ass. We got short answers. We got no real response to what's going on with the belt or the package. They basically ended up seizing it and keeping it. I got a letter in the mail like 3 months later saying that they kept it and we can't do anything about it. I tried calling, basically got screwed out of the belt. And it wasn't Chris Stratton's fault, really. And not kind of UPS too. It was their fault too. But it was both UPS and the Canadian border being a pain in the ass. So yeah, I didn't end up getting my belt. But Chris Stratton, being the stand-up guy, he got one made by Xman Belts, and this is the belt I got only 30 days later. So shout out to Chris Stratton. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. He could have just honestly told me to fuck off, and like someone else could do that. You know, you could just easily scam them. But no, Chris Stratton's a stand-up guy. He's a wonderful guy, good friend. So yeah, he got this made, and this is the review of that belt. So let's go straight into the plates. All right. Now, starting off with the plates. Now, you can see there's a few fingerprints. I have been handling this belt a lot, but please ignore those. It is an SD belt. So you can see there, the etching there is not bad. A few micro scratches and fingerprints because of my handling. Yeah, not bad. Plating looks good. Artwork looks good. Texture back there looks pretty good too. Now, the one small complaint I would have is the stone size on this. It's a bit too small. Like you see, this one's pretty big. This one's small. The same thing isn't done on here. This is two same size. This one's a bit small though, but from a distance, you don't really see it. So it's a small issue, but it is there. I don't really care though, to be honest. Onto the next side plate, the inner side plate. You can see that beautiful block logo. If you guys have seen the Over the Shoulder podcast, you guys know I absolutely love the block logo. I hate the scratch logo, to be honest. If you guys want to check out that episode, we went over the block logo Attitude Era belts with Eddie Williams a few episodes back on my channel. But yeah, love this belt. I always loved the block logo version of this belt. I never liked the scratch logo. Even now, I don't really like the scratch logo Big Eagle. I just don't think it looks good on this belt. I think the block logo looks absolutely beautiful. So you can see the line there, holding that almost like shield with a blue WWF logo there. These are 4mm plates. Pretty good. I want to go to the side plates first before I get to the main plate. Here's the property plate. And this is one thing I really do love about this block logo belt is this beautiful, beautiful property plate. You see that WWF logo coming off the plate. Looks wonderful. World Heavyweight Champion, Xman 1998. Beautiful property. I love this property plate so much. Other side plate, basically same thing as this one, but yeah, you can see the stones same size there. But honestly, you can't notice it. It took me a few days to actually notice it, and I don't really care, to be honest. The nugget texturing looks wonderful. Actually, I'm not sure if it's actually nugget texturing, but the texture behind there looks really, really good, especially in the light. You can see it adds some dimension to it, and I love that about this belt. Here's the side plate with the McMahon crest, family crest. You can see there. Hard to read, but you can kind of tell. We can kind of read it. Not super clear. Of course, not classic shields, but it's pretty damn good, to be honest. Paint looks good. Love that little splash of red paint there and the white paint. I think it looks wonderful on there. Probably my favorite. This is probably my favorite side plate on this belt. It looks really good. Blue block logo on there, and of course the beauty, the main plate. This is a huge main plate. It is curved. I can fit my whole hand under there. So it's a beautiful curve on this belt, which I do appreciate by Xman that he did that. He always adds a nice curve to his belts, and I love it. You can see beautifully cut. Sometimes I see makers who do this. The gaps in here look really jagged and horribly cut. This actually looks pretty good. So looks good. Sidebar looks good. This connected to the side, but there's a gap here as there should be on the belt, and it looks really good. Of course, the 5 little triangles that Stone Cold hit his chin on, and that's why he got the Smoky Skull belt made. Let's go down here to the banner. Champion banner looks good with the 2 stones. Actually missing a stone. I think it probably fell out somewhere. Interesting. World Wrestling Federation. And that beautiful, beautiful eagle. Absolutely looks wonderful. It's shining there. You can see in the light. I do have my flash on, so it makes it shine a bit more. I love that texture down here in those bottom wings. I think that looks beautiful, beautiful. I can't say that enough times with this belt. And of course, that beautiful, gorgeous block logo. The side, the globes, of course, are a different shade of blue, like the actual belt had, which I do appreciate. I know some people, I know Rob, kind of wish that it was the same blue as this WWF logo. Me personally, I kind of like the globes are a different shade of blue. I love this baby blue. Really nice. Beautiful plates, not bad. Nice eagle. Looks really good. Now let's go on to the strap. So yeah, here's the stone I was talking about that I was missing. Just fell out. It's a little flat stone. You can just glue back onto place. Not a huge deal. I'll probably just glue it on later. So yeah, I don't really plan on getting this belt restoned. I really don't care. There's a few stones on here. It's not a big issue. It's not like the Universal. Look at that beauty. You see how those stones shine. Or even the AEW might have to get it restoned because it does have the stock stones. But it's not bad. This though. This belt, you should definitely get restoned. You can see that shine. I know Rob, who's watching this, my co-host on the Over the Shoulder podcast, doesn't really like to upgrade his belt, but god damn, man, you can't disagree that this belt looks 10 times better with a restone job. But yeah, I don't think that's the deal on this belt. I mean, some real Swarovski crystals will look good on this, and I know Xman belts does do that upgrade, so you can pay for that extra if you want. But for me, I didn't really care about that. But yeah. Let's actually go into the leather. All right, so here's the leather. Of course, it's on a blue strap. Absolutely beautiful. Love that blue strap. I know some people don't really like the strap, but I really do. You can see Xman belts. 2x8 male snaps. All straight. Let's go on the tooling. This is stamped tooling, I believe. There it is. Clamshell. Actually, it might be hand done. Looks really good. Snap box does look like it's stamped on, though. Looks good though. Beveling going all the way around the plate, all around the strap, all around the belt, with the clamshell tooling as well. I love the beveling. I think it makes it look 10 times better. So to some makers, beveling does make a huge difference. It looks like a properly done belt. Of course, the tooling there. 2x5 female snaps. And this. Now flipping it over, I did opt for a black croc. I did want to do the brown croc like the original one did have, but he didn't have any stock, so black croc works too. And I'm kind of glad I went with the black croc instead. It looks really good. Has some nice texture, but it would have been cool to see some brown croc too. You don't see that too often, but yeah, black croc looks good. All the snaps are of course covered up. Now, the strap isn't bad. It's definitely improved. Way better than the IWGP strap and my old WCW United States Championship. Way better. Tooling looks better. Definitely softer. You can see after a few days, it just got worked in and it looks better. One thing is the edges. They could have been burnished. I do know he does extra burnishing. You can pay for that upgrade. But for this one, I just went with the stock one just to see how his work is stock. And it's really nice, actually. Don't really have too many complaints with the leather. Would I get it re-leathered? Maybe. Maybe down the line someday. Maybe by Ryan Richards or try out a new leather maker. We'll have to see. But for now, I'm really good. I like the way it looks. On display, it looks really nice. I do have it hung on my wall up there. But it looks pretty good on display. I love the shade of blue. It's a beauty. All right, and here's my overall thoughts on the belt. For the price, it's a really nice belt. I believe his price is like $320. You have to check with Chris Trent or Nick. Either one of them, they will help you out. They're the middlemen. Great guys. Both of them are really friendly. I've dealt with both of them on several occasions. I bought my first belt through Nick, and of course I got this one, the Crumb Rhine, and the IWGP through Chris. So they're both really, really great guys. If you want to talk to them, you just check what the price is. Of course, there's the Swarovski stone upgrades, the leather upgrade. You can get the edges burnished, which I might do in the future. I might try it out. Yeah, and there's also 24 karat gold upgrades. He can do stacked belts. He has a really nice AEW, actually, if you're not looking to get the replica with a proper gold floral pattern now. So yeah, he's a really up-and-coming, pretty good maker, especially for the price. I really do appreciate his belts. Single layer belts look really, really good. Stacked belts look really good. His artwork is accurate. His straps are getting better. I really appreciate the attention to detail. I did ask for the gloves to be a baby blue, and he did it. Every little detail I asked him about. I asked for these painted in blue. He did that. He asked me the colors of shade of blue. He's just a really good maker to work with, and with the team they have right now, it's just really easy to deal with. You know, like, you can contact Chris or Nick. Either way, once you order a belt, the process takes about 30 days. Depends on what belt it is. If it's a stacked belt like an IWGP or an AEW or a Crumb Rhine, they do take longer. I believe like 60 days, which even then it's not really long considering people like Classic Shields or Aura take like a year minimum. Takes about 30 days for a single layer belt. And what they do is, once you place your order, you can pay a down payment. And then they put you in a group chat with all three. So it's all transparent. There's nothing suspicious or sketchy going on. It's literally, they're all transparent. If there's any issues, you talk to them. They send you the artwork before they actually make the belt. He did the same thing with his belt. He sent me the artwork, and I noticed that it was a scratch logo by accident, so I asked him to do the block logo instead. So yeah, little things like that. Experience is super easy. DHL, this thing took like 4 days to get here. So quick. I was so surprised because this is around Christmas, and I expected delays, and I had a lot of packages coming. I got a notification on my phone that said one of my packages got delivered. I didn't think it was this, and it only took 4 days. I got home, found out it was this belt. It was a nice surprise. So super quick shipping DHL, and I live in Canada, and usually it takes a long ass time for products to get here. So, you know, if you're not sure if you should pull the trigger on this belt, I really think you should. It's a beauty of a belt. For $320, you're getting a damn good belt. I can't think of a better maker to do this belt for that price. For a budget maker, it's really damn good, and his work is getting better. So yeah, overall, I do give this belt probably like an 8 out of 10. I really do love it for the price, considering the price, keeping the price in mind. Of course, it's not Classic Shields quality or Nawaz or something like that, but you're not going to pay like $1,000 or more and wait like a year. You're getting this in 30 days. $320, that's a steal. You know what you're getting. Good experience. Beauty of a belt. Now, before I go, I do want to mention, if you guys I know I haven't had a review in a while. I haven't gotten too many belts. I do have one really special belt coming up, and after that, I don't think I'll be getting too many belts. You never know. But I haven't had as many reviews on my channel as of late. But if you guys are hungry for more content, I do have my podcast, the Over the Shoulder podcast. Me and Rob Staniloff, he's my co-host. We both have this podcast every Wednesday on my channel. Now, we did skip this week because of holidays, and we didn't want to... most people are spending time at home. So instead, you have a review this week instead of the podcast. Next week, you guys will have a episode, of course. And that will be actually on the Big Eagle. Really cool episode. Basically, we just talk about belts. Pretty easy going. We have some guests on there. We've had Eddie Williams on there. Last episode, we had Casey and Brandon Douglas. So we have a lot of guests all the time. We have some big guests actually planned for the future. Big episodes coming. It's really easy going, really fun episodes. Talk about belts, talk about the history, talk about the replicas. Of course, Rob loves United Belt Brothers. He gives them their praise. Yeah, so if you guys want to check that out, of course, you guys can check that out in my description or in my channel. We do have about like 26 episodes, I believe. They're all on my channel. So yeah, guys, make sure to check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.